Hi guys, and welcome to another day in the life of a cleaning business company. Today we are having a very important topic for any cleaning company or in general if you have a business. It's customer service. Today we bring you 8 tips that we use here in Amy's Angels on a daily basis. These tips brought us a lot of success and we want to share with you. Let's jump into it.
So the first tip that we feel is really important for you to know is that you have to learn how to introduce yourself to the client as a representative. And we always want to make sure that the client knows exactly who we're talking to. So we first always start off by thanking the client for choosing our company out of the 1,000 other companies. So that's how we start our initial phone call. Second, we always let them know who they're talking to. We don't want to feel like they're talking to robots or just regular representatives. We want to make sure that they know us on a personal level. So we always start with our names as well. And then another important tip that we always go by here day by day is making sure that you're on top of your response time as a representative. It's really important that you are on top of Yelps, emails, phone calls, text messages, because the client's calling you for a reason, reaching out to you for a reason. So if you really want to get on top of those leads, I would encourage you to have different departments. That way everybody knows what to handle and everybody gets the fastest response time. And that way you can go ahead and close them as a client. Another really important part of response time is because the client wants to know that you're there. The client wants to make sure that if they have any questions during their cleaning, your response rate is going to be immediate. In comparison with another company who takes an hour and a half to reply, if they're having a cleaning done and they have any questions, it's not going to be as quick of a response in comparison with us, who we probably have 20 to 10 minute response time on our Yelp and emails. They call us and we immediately handle a situation or answer any questions that they have.
Follow-ups. Following up with your customers is really important. Here in Amy's Angels, we communicate really good, and I personally trained the girls in the office a long time ago that it's very important to follow up with your customers right after each job. We do it mostly with new cleaners when we hire them because we want to know how the customers like their jobs, but we do it in general. Every single day before we leave at 4 p.m. we call our customers and we follow up. How was the cleaning? How can I better serve you? This is the thing, when you follow up with your customers, if let's say something went wrong with the cleaning, you kind of like catch it before they go on the internet and make a complaint. However, if you don't, they have that chance, they have more time, they feel ignored. So following up is very important. You have to make sure to schedule a time for that. If you cannot do it on a day-to-day basis, try to do it every other day, I would say, or at least once a week. But new customers are very important to follow up with them. When you have a recurring customer who you go clean maybe their house or their office once a week, once a month, what happens is with cleaning companies, we get used to them and we know that our cleaners go on time. And it's very important that every couple months or so, call that customer and make sure to follow up, see how is the service doing? How are my cleaners doing? Are they arriving on time or not? How is the quality of the cleaning? This follow-up is going to build that personal relationship with them, and they get to know that you are there for them and you're available to check on them and make sure they are satisfied.
Hi, this is Brandy calling with Amy's Angels Cleaning. I was just following up to see how the service went for you this past Sunday.
It was phenomenal. I really loved the service.
Awesome, I'm so glad to hear that. We always like to follow up with our customers just to make sure that our cleaners are leaving you 100% satisfied and that you got exactly what you requested in your cleaning.
Oh, of course, I would love to. Do you know the girls' names by any chance?
Yeah, the team that went out to service you was Maria and Lupe. And I know if you had some time, the cleaners would highly appreciate a Yelp review shout out, just so that way they can get some recognition from Amy herself.
Wow, okay, again, if you could send me the link to my email, I would love to leave a 5-star review. You guys were amazing.
Of course. course, awesome. Yeah, I'll go ahead and send that right over to the email that we have on file. And if you do decide that you want to book again, I can make note to send out that team since you love them so much.
Oh my God, that would be so wonderful. Thank you.
All right, have an amazing day. Bye now. Here at Amy's Angels, we emphasize the on-the-phone friend. So basically the way that we interact with our customers mostly is on the phone. And we want to make sure that when they're talking to us that we really personalize and interact with them one-on-one to create that strong bond. We want them to feel like they're not just talking to a company, which really differentiates Amy's Angels from other cleaning companies. So it's really important while we're on the phone with them to make a connection so that way we stay on the customer's mind. So if you're on the phone with them and you happen to hear a dog barking in the back, maybe ask them about their dogs, which leads into a conversation about how they have a friend coming over that might be allergic to dogs, and that'll let you know not only to pay extra attention to getting the dog hair during the cleaning, but you also create a stronger relationship with the client and make it a little bit more personalized. As Jackie touched on a little bit before, it's important that we interact with our customers in a way that makes them feel as if they're not just talking to robots on the phone. So that way they know that we are real people behind the telephone and that they can count on us to make sure that the customer service will be top-notch. So related to the previous tip, the on-the-phone friend tip, we think it's really important also that you ask a lot of questions at the time of booking, not only related to personal, but what their expectations are as a client of ours. Here at Amy's Angels, we understand that every client that comes to us is going to have slightly different needs. One person might consider a deep cleaning something completely different than another person. So while we're booking, we think it's really important to ask questions to make sure what their priority areas are and to really get to know what they want in a cleaning so that way we can give them and deliver exactly what they ask for.
Yeah, and then I'd like to add to that as well. It's also really important that you ask, vital information like parking situations, how to enter a property. A lot of them, we need lock boxes, we need codes to get in the property. So if you ask those questions in the beginning, rather than waiting on the day of, it's going to make it a lot easier for you, the customer service rep, because you're going to have fewer phone calls to deal with than in comparison you have 20 clients calling you or cleaners calling you, where are my cleaners, because you didn't ask for that information from the beginning.
Yeah, the more questions you ask, the better.
Saves you a lot of time.
Correct.
All right, so before we go ahead and finalize your booking, I just want to make sure that we know of any specific priority areas that you have in mind.
I would like the bathroom and the kitchen. Those are my priority areas. They haven't been cleaned in a while, so this is going to take a little bit more time, so I would like them to tackle that first.
Okay, got it. And do you know approximately how many square feet your home is?
It's about 1,500 square feet.
All right, and is it a 2-story or is it just a 1-story home?
It's 1 floor and it has 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a kitchen, and a big living room.
All right, sounds good. And do you have any pets that we should be aware of?
Yeah, I have a puppy, but he's good. He doesn't do anything. His living situation is already cleaned because it's maintained.
All right, and we do also have the option of using green products. Is that something that you might be interested in, or would you like us to just use this regular chemical products?
For the bathroom and the kitchen, no, it doesn't matter. I just want it to be clean. But for the living room and the bedrooms, it would be preferred.
Sounds good. All right, we will put that in the notes to make sure that the ladies are fully aware of that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sounds good. If you have any other questions, definitely reach out. Our offices are open 9 to 5 every single day.
Build trust with customers. This is very huge for cleaning companies because all we have is our reputation. You want to know who you bring into your house.
A lot of cleaning companies have, insurances, they have, they're bonded, they have workers' comp, but a lot of the cleaning companies don't have a good reputation. So that's why it's really important to establish that bond and that trust with the client, because if they know that you're a trustworthy company, the probability that the client will come back and book you again for a service is a lot more higher if the client has that trust.
Not only they come back, but also they refer you to someone else, which saves you money on marketing. The trust starts with your reviews, your reputation on the internet. It's very huge. I feel like now in 2020, You don't ask your neighbor, do you know a cleaning company? You go on Yelp, you go on Facebook, you go on the internet. So we build that trust with our customers by collecting good reviews, and those reviews are collected based on real experiences. Our customers we encourage them to share their feedback on the internet.
It's really important that you really follow all the tips that we do give you to have an exponential growth in your company.
You always want to make sure your customer is comfortable when it comes to safety. Most people, when they hire a cleaning company, they're not looking for the cleaning quality as much as they're looking who's coming to their house, who's going to be in their bedroom or bathroom, who's exposed to their personal belongings. So here in Amy's Angels, we always make sure to explain that when we do the booking. Some customers, they ask, hey, is it safe? Do you know them? Make sure you share that your cleaners are background checked, you do the proper screening. You want to know who's going to your customer before you do that, before you send it to them.
Exactly. And I feel like to tie that in with building trust, we know each and every one of our cleaners.
Yes.
They go through an extensive hiring process, so we don't just hire random people online. We want to get to know that person, see what kind of mother, brother, or sister they are.
We really want to build a community over here at Amy's Angels and build a culture that isn't just cleaning related, that's really family related, and get to know every single one of our customers and have them feel comfortable with us as well.
So as a customer representative, you want to make sure when you're handling a complaint, you give the client enough time to express their emotions towards the cleaning service. You want to make sure that they vent everything out, because at the end of the day, there really is going to be a couple of options to give the client. So when you're handling a complaint, you want to make sure you give them time to talk. Okay, well, how was the cleaning? Why do you feel like that? What do you think what could have been done better? Because at the end of the day, it is a complaint, but you're going to have some growth from that complaint. So you want to get as much knowledge as you can. It can be frustrating, I am going to be honest with you, because you are going to deal with so many different personalities and different types of peoples. But the important thing is to make sure that you take it as a learning lesson.
You always ask when you have a complaint, the first thing you do, you listen. I feel like listening is really important because you tell them that your emotions are important to me.
You validate them.
Right.
Exactly.
So if they're mad, if they're angry, they are disappointed because they picked you. Usually they say, I picked you because you have good reviews and now I didn't get what I want. They are disappointed. So listen to them. Also, the first thing you say either in written or over the phone when you have a complaint is, I'm sorry you're feeling this way. You're not sorry whatever that happened, you're sorry about their feelings. I'm sorry that you're feeling this way. That brings their emotions a little down so they can now they calm and they can listen to you.
You want them to know that a resolution will be found and that the situation will be rectified.
We grow in the last 10 years here in Amy's Angels, not because of the good days or with the happy customers. We appreciate the happy customers.
Yes.
However, we grew and changed our policies, and I feel like we grew because of the complaints. That's how we know, we should not do it this way.
Tweak it a
let's
little bit.
Tweak it a little bit. Let's fix this. Let's add this policy. Let's communicate a little better. So when you have a complaint, that's where you're going to be growing. That's where you show you have to be okay with it. Don't be defensive when you have a complaint. Don't be aggressive. Just listen. Don't take it personal.
Appreciate the complaints, even though it can be rough.
Yeah, that's how we
But
grow.
it's a part of life, right?
Yes, we accept it. Dissociate your feelings from the business. We always hear this say, don't take it personal, don't take business personal. It's kind of hard sometimes, it's challenging. However, we learned here how to practice to put our emotions on the side and listen either to the cleaners, to the customers, to each other as a team. Sometimes we have different personalities, we deal with each other on a day-to-day basis. We spend 40 hours together a week. So if it wasn't for putting our emotions aside and think in the other person's situation, put ourselves in their position, it doesn't make it easy.
So what we mean by detaching your feelings from a situation is when, for example, you have a complaint, you're dealing with a complaint, you had a long day, and the client says something that triggers you, and you hang up, and what happens? You're probably going to be having a bad day, and you're going to be carrying that on, and next thing you know is another customer is going to call you, and you're going to be having those same emotions that the previous customer made you feel. So what we do here, and we honestly enforce on a daily basis, is making sure you acknowledge your feelings, you accept what you're feeling, you give yourself some time to feel what you're feeling. So we take a minute to ask ourselves, why is this triggering me this way? And the healthy thing about Amy's Angels Cleaning, and maybe you can enforce this in your own business, is we have a room where if someone's not feeling the best, they can step out and totally dissociate from the business. And we give the customer's representatives a chance to absorb and feel what they're feeling. Then when they come out, they're like, okay, I'm good, I'm okay, next. And that is really important, because
we don't make stories of what happened, because you don't want the next customer to pay the price for somebody else. Because it's like a day to day. Like, how many people you talk to on a daily basis? Like,
I wouldn't even be able to know. A
lot of people. So if you don't have that strength of shifting your feelings and shifting your mindset and move on to the next one, you're gonna drag all that bad energy with you all day long.
And then what's gonna happen? You're gonna hate your job. You're gonna want to sell your business.
You don't want that.
And it's really important for you to establish boundaries as a customer representative and know, okay, I have these boundaries, and maybe you can acknowledge that with not only with the clients, but with your coworkers, with your boss.
Asking for support, I believe, too. Like, sometimes you don't feel like handling this customer. Here, like, give it to your coworker. At this moment I need a break or something. So you don't have to do, or take a minute. I would say, if you don't feel like, if you feel like if you're gonna talk to them right now, you may say something wrong. I would say, you know what, I cannot talk to them. Give it a minute, or give your worker the phone, the coworker the phone to talk to them.
It's really important to know yourself and know what your limits are. As Jackie mentioned a little bit earlier, and if you feel like you may be getting a little bit burned out, that's why we have an amazing team of angels that we can pass them off to, and get that breather. It's important not to be a sponge and to absorb all of the energy that people might be throwing at you,
because you will get clients that suck the energy out of you. I'm not telling you it's an easy job. It's just a matter of
how you react to it.
Exactly, how you react to it, acknowledging your feelings towards it, and moving forward. The number one thing that we want you to take from this is just making sure that you guys try to implement these tips so you can move forward in your own business, whatever it is.
It's very important to designate one space in the office for us to go do like a little meditation. And we mentioned this in the video before. In one of the videos, we're gonna put the link here in our office store, that's where we go relax, disconnect, read a book, do some little meditation, or listen to some music, so you can get back on track and put your emotions on the side.
Right.
Thank you for calling Amy's Angels Cleaning. This is Brandy speaking. How can I help you?
Is this Amy's Angels?
Yes, it is. How can I help you?
I need some cleaners.
All right, and can I get a little bit more information about your home? Do you know approximately how many square feet it is?
Does it matter? I just need somebody to clean.
So we do have two different options. There's one for maybe deeper cleanings or larger homes, and then another option for smaller cleanings. I just want to know what you might be more interested in.
Okay, how much is it?
So what I would recommend is sending out 2 fully supplied cleaners. We do have a minimum of 3 hours.
It has like 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, like a little kitchen, a living room. That's pretty much it.
So the total is going to come out to around $10.
Damn, y'all charge that much for some cleaners?
Guys, I need to take a little 5-minute break just to cool down.
Okay.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and thank you for tuning to our videos. We always try to share as much as we can on a weekly basis.
And if you guys feel like these tips are beneficial to you, leave the comment down below. That way we can read it. We'd love to get feedback. Again, we're always doing follow-ups, so if you can leave a comment and let us know what you really took away from this video, that would be amazing.
And let us know down below which tip you found the most informative.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that notification bell because we will be filming every week and we share a lot of tips about business. You don't want to miss that out. Thank you. Bye, angels.